Okay, I want to talk about a new TV show that's coming out called Breakthrough, and according to them, it says Breakthrough provides a thought-provoking and imaginative perspective on scientific discovery as it unfolds. Each episode follows scientific explorers working on cutting-edge projects with breakthrough potential. Now, this Breakthrough series, they're doing 6 weeks, 6 topics, and 6 different scientists, or whatever. And right there you have the 666, which everyone knows is Satan's number. So that couldn't be any more obvious. And to go over briefly what the episodes are, the first one is fighting pandemics, second, more than human, third, decoding the brain, fourth, age of aging, fifth, energy on the edge, sixth, water apocalypse. So briefly, the first one talks about the Ebola bullshit, vaccines, trying to push that. The second is talking about nanotechnology, transhumanism, merging the human and machine together. We're going to skip the third right now. The fourth one is using drugs and gene manipulation to live longer, taking DNA from people who live to be 100 and using that to make yourself live to be 100. New forms of energy, that's, just what we're doing now is gonna destroy us all, so yeah, we need new forms of energy. And the water apocalypse, they're talking about different water technologies and the increased price of water, and how they have HARP and they can control the rain now. So anyways, I had a kind of like a theory, it's like if these 6 episodes are 6 puzzle pieces to the NWO plan of how they're gonna implement their agenda to basically take us all over. The first thing they would do is create a huge pandemic with the Ebola vaccine, and they would make it so Ebola is killing a whole bunch of people and everyone would have to get a vaccine. So the vaccine will likely have some DNA manipulating capabilities, and so then your immune system is going to be weak. And then next, in the second episode, they're talking about more than human, so they implant you with technology, merging human and machine. Once you're used to being joined with the technology, then they take it further by decoding the brain, which is number 3. And they use nanobots that are running through your blood to delay aging and heal sickness and so forth. So that's number 4, and they're going to make that look like, oh, this is such a good thing. Number 5, new forms of energy, because what we have right now is backfiring, and it's also made to look good. And then number 6, water, new ways of dealing with water and specialized water, limits on it and whatever. Anyways, this show hasn't come out yet, but you can read about it on their website. The main issue I want to point out is in number 3, decoding the brain. They talk about a lot of scary stuff in there, and if you are part of number 2 and are merging technology with your body, they're a lot more likely to be able to hack into your brain, which is what they want to do in number 3, decoding the brain. And they pretty much see your brain like another computer, and any computer can be hacked. So especially if you have technology already in your body that's sending signals to them, that they have computers that they can decode the electrical impulses that are running through your brain and translate it into comprehensible ideas. So if the technology that they have now to put into your brain, and they can almost literally read your thoughts, And here they talk about studying memories, and they're basically talking about 9/11, trying to discredit anybody who doesn't believe the 9/11 story, the official story that terrorists crashed planes into the building. But we know jet fuel can't melt steel beams, so this is basically trying to say that 9/11 was the official story, and anybody who thinks otherwise has memory problems, and that this guy, I guess, studied people about 9/11 and found that their memories weren't quite accurate later on or something like that. But the main thing behind it is to discredit anybody who might believe that our own government would do that to us and not a terrorist. So this TV show and what they're going about, and they also talk about how they can erase your memories, they can implant new ones. They have studied the brain enough where they can delete memories, and they say this might be a good thing for people with PTSD and blah blah blah, or people who are in severe pain. But do you want somebody to delete your memories, really? And what if they were able to do it without your consent? What if they were doing it behind your back and you didn't know that they were doing it, and because you had little nanobots running through your body, they were able to manipulate your brain and basically control your thoughts, and you're not even aware of it because you already have that running through your body? Do you really want that? It's easy enough for them to implant an idea into your brain based on just TV and music and everything else. They can subliminally program you, so do you really want the technology to do that? And here this is talking about putting a wire into a part of the brain called the colostrum. I might be saying that wrong. But apparently they found out that this can turn the consciousness on and off. So I want to just say, stop and think. Okay, they say this is a good thing because it helps people who are epileptic, who have seizures. They say this is good. Okay, imagine if you did not have epilepsy. How would you feel about a wire in your brain that could turn off your consciousness? What if the military did this to stop peaceful protesters by turning off their consciousness before they even start? We are entering into the matrix. The true world is being destroyed, but you're so plugged into the beast system you can't see it. In my understanding of the world, the trials of the few are not the cause for evil plans, but they use the poor and broken people for their own gain. If something is killing 100 people a day, and something else killed 1 person a day, shouldn't you focus on why 100 people are dying? The guy in the video who was studying this said he didn't study epilepsy because he wanted to, but because it allowed him to study what he wants, something along that line. Basically, scientists don't care about their subjects, all they care about is the outcome. So, say I want to conduct experiments of manipulating the brain, but the average person isn't desperate enough, so you find someone who is that desperate. And if you help them by your experiment, you're good. Let's say I'm a scientist and I want to test a drug that can induce death but then wear off and you'd come back to life. I market to pet owners that have a sick pet and offer to do a free lethal injection and cremation of their dog. So I inject all these dogs. Most aren't strong enough to survive after the shot, but some do. What if this drug had little nanobots in it that upon death, little electronic shocks were sent to the brain and the heart to keep it alive? Then I come out and say this miracle injection actually ends your pet's suffering and keeps them alive. Then I patent it and charge thousands so people could never worry about Fido being hit by a car because he'll just recover. The spirit left the dog, but his body is still alive, being run by nanobots. The people will decide if it's safe for animals, it's safe for us, and they take this injection so that they don't have to worry about dying. Because if they were to die, then the technology that is running through their body will just automatically go to their heart and to their brain and send electrical impulses to keep you alive in a zombie-like state, where even if you want to die, you won't be able to, because the technology in your body keeps resurrecting you. And this is what it talks about in the Bible, where they say they wish that they could die, but they won't be able to. If there's little, like, okay, so, yeah, God says that they'll try to kill themselves, but they won't be able to die. Imagine jumping out of a building, hitting the ground, and dying. And then the nanobots send signals to your body to resurrect. I don't care how many epileptics you supposedly help. You shouldn't have access to my brain. Stop and think. Technology is always changing. We know the government and military have technology we haven't even heard of. When is enough enough? Are we that lazy and sick that we need to have artificial life in our blood? Where's the barrier between human and machine? They will push it and push it and push it until we gradually go along with the plan. You say, I don't want an implant in my brain, or people reading my thoughts. They already read and listen to all your phone calls and emails, and your brain to them is just another machine to gain control of and send advertising to. Why are we going along with all of this? I am human. I am not a machine. You keep your Ebola vaccine in programmable matter. You keep your brain wires in fMRIs. You put radio frequencies in your own body. As for me, I will not. My blood is human. My blood bears sickness, but I am human. I am not machine or cyborg or hybrid. Any computer can be hacked. Your brain is what they are hacking next. And if you fill your body with technology inside of it, that makes it even easier to hack you and control you. Reject the mark of the beast. Do not conform to transhumanism. Whoever seeks to save his life will lose it. Whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. Can you really outsmart the Father? A life without God's Spirit is not a life worth living. So, that's my brief analysis of this show. Like I said, it hasn't come out yet, but it just seems to go along really nicely with possible coming events that are talked about in the Bible. You know, the famines, floods, earthquakes, which those things are already happening, and they're just going to continue to happen, and it's going to continue in severity. But really, they need all this to happen. They need a giant chaos to happen so that they can make their own idea of order out of the chaos, and anybody who doesn't go along with what they think should be will be killed. So, you know, if you think that vaccines are wrong, or you don't want technology in your brain, or you think that, you know, it's okay to die and that you don't want to live forever on Earth as a human because this Earth is about to be destroyed and there's so much suffering on the Earth, and if you know that your home is with the Father in heaven, what good is this earth to you? Why would you want to live forever? Why would you want to be here forever with all this suffering? Why? Why not die? It would be better to die and go to the Father. It would be better to die and see Jesus. It would be better to die and be in heaven with our Lord than live forever with this technology running through your body in a zombie-like state. Don't take the mark of the beast. Don't do it.